We're 5 days away from the release of the next new Harley Davidsons. And today we got a new update from Harley Davidson showing a little more information. Let's take a look. Introducing the all-new Street Glide. Introducing the all-new Road Glide. So clearly we are going to see the CVO design appear on the Street Glide and Road Glide. There's also a reference from another article on motorcycle.com that this is the only models we'll see. We won't see a special or a standard anymore, just a Road Glide and a Street Glide, which will simplify the models quite a bit. Next, we have this one, an all-new CVO Road Glide ST. So an ST model of a CVO, that's a first. Next, the all-new CVO Pan America. So that third bike that was hanging out back of the picture, we thought might be a Pan America based on the mirror. We were correct. It is a Pan America in CVO trim. Also this morning, we started seeing some more leaked photos. Kind of reminiscent to last summer when the CVOs first appeared out on the internet. These photos appeared today. The first photo shows us a picture of the CVO Road Glide, and it's got the new paint scheme here with the #1 logo that always sells well. Otherwise, I don't see any changes here. It looks exactly like my 23.5 CVO, just with a better paint scheme, frankly. I know many of you are dark platinum fans, but for me, this is much better. The key is, will this be $50,000 or $42,000? Time will tell. The next photo we see here is a brown version, kind of brown and orange. And initially, this kind of looks like an older style color from Harley Davidson, but the older I get, the more I like it. This really suits me well. It looks like the seat's exactly the same. It's a little different color, but everything else really looks the same. I'm not seeing any big differences here from the 23.5s. If you look in the back of the picture there, you can see the Street Glide with that orange and black paint scheme with the #1 logo. So we will see these colors in both Street Glide and Road Glide. Our next photo shows us the Road Glide ST. So it's interesting, in the Harley Davidson teaser, there's only a Road Glide ST. There's no Street Glide ST. And in the picture here, we only see a Road Glide ST. What's very interesting about this bike is there's some different parts on it. You can notice that we have looks like a higher riser and the bars sit up higher. The mirrors are a little more plain with a single stem than what we're seeing on the 23s. And then on the center dashboard here, the dashboard console, it looks like there's something round here to the right of the gas filler cap. It almost looks like that could be a gauge, like maybe a shifter light or something else there. The screen looks like it's there. It looks like we have the giant infotainment screen, but I'm not sure what this distortion is here. It could just be the photo, or is there something else going on the bezel there? Is there a gauge there or something else there? I can't quite tell. We can also see that we have the angled air cleaner intake, so the heavy breather air in cleaner take. I think most of us are finding the wedge looks a little bit better on the CVOs, and it certainly performs well in early dyno testing. I think these air cleaners are a little annoying. If you're a taller person, your knees tend to run into them. But the crash bar too, if you look down, the crash bar is a lot different. It's a more of the stunt riding crash bar style instead of the traditional mustache grill. And lastly, we can see that the exhaust here is different. So we've got Screaming Eagle mufflers on it. I would imagine that those don't sound that loud. They're probably EPA compliant. They look like they have carbon fiber tips, which are interesting. The seat's clearly redesigned, has a higher back, and then we had the Screaming Eagle Öhlins looking suspension with the remote reservoirs on the back. Our next photo shows the white version of it. We can see the return of the Screaming Eagle logo on the fairing. We also see a carbon fiber fender, which is interesting. And we have a mag wheel, right? No laced wheel there. To me, the windshield looks a little different. You can see the mirrors here. It's that single stem mirror, the stock looking mirror. And then you can see more of this crash guard here is that stunt style of crash guard. There's still no crash guard for the back of the bike, for the bags, so everyone will be looking to add that. And then we also get a better view of the seat here, so the seat is clearly redesigned. It is a belief that these will be accessories for the 23.5 or newer CVOs, and we can obtain those from the parts catalog soon. If we look at the back of the Road Glide ST photo, we can see the Pan America CVO sitting out there. You get an idea of its paint scheme. I see the #1 logo and some red crash guards. So the CVO Pan America. In addition to the leaked photos, we have an article from motorcycle.com, which is known for releasing Harley-Davidson information early and also known to be really fairly accurate. So we have this article here from Dennis, and if we look through it, he talks about the now confirmed Road Glide ST, but he also talks about Milwaukee 8 117 for the Street Glide and Road Glide and no specials. So we're anticipating really just a Road Glide and a Street Glide and no other versions of it. But he's claiming here that it's a Milwaukee 8 117. He's got some data and some parts down below in the article that talk about that. So you can read through, he's got some screenshots of accessories that were originally posted about the ST, and then on foreign websites that have now been taken down. And then when you go down below, he talks about the motor being a 117 without the variable valve timing in both the Street Glide and the Road Glide. So some information there. You're welcome to read through it. I'll put a link to his article in the description. So what do we think? This is what we're expecting to see on Wednesday. We're just 5 days away from the recording of this video. I'm really curious what the pricing is going to be. I think these ST models will be well received, but if they're astronomical in pricing, that will certainly hurt the interest of them. I am fairly excited about the new colors. I think they both look pretty good. I love the #1 logo, as many do, and I think that's nice to have on the bikes again. I think the wheels are the same and everything else is going to be the same as the 23.5s. The ST models are certainly interesting and excited for those. An updated CVO Pan America. I don't know. If it's got any new features or something different about that would be cool, but it's just to add on accessories, it all comes down to how much does that cost. And are you really a big Pan America fan? And do you want to spend the money for a decked out Pan America to go out in the dirt and let it get scratched up by trees, rocks, and when you tip it over, which is really the intent of that bike. So why put a lot of money into a Pan America to make it look nice if you're just going to use it for what it's intended for? So I'm very excited for the release. We'll see what else we learn, pricing, and any other surprises, hopefully. But stay tuned. I'll be posting what I know when I know it. But until next time, in the Friction Zone.